10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Solved Online, the online business information solution service through legislation.gov.uk for all clients at all levels in all problems. And again, the topic of the day is Solved online business solutions for Windrush Generation Part 9. Yes, and it will be a 20-minute program to demonstrate the value and history of inheritance and royal estate that is consolidated to the UK national debt. Solved Online YouTube platform is the report on business solution through legislation.gov.uk by reviewing and highlighting past and present acts. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to help build a global business solutions service system on accountability, transparency, and sustainability in growth and protection. The motto Solved Online knows that there is no business like the king's business. And before I go ahead, just let me just send out a little bit more invitation, because again, it's another brilliant, eye-opening, part to the Windrush Generation solutions. Like I say, everything I'm showing is about, again, their business, our business, and to balance the economic, benefits that is available for all the Commonwealth. Yeah, so I'm gonna send out again a few more that I have to do, and then we're gonna continue. I'm just gonna continue, like I say, Solved Online provide again solutions, discoveries, documents, proof, show demonstration, direction, instruction, and accuracy, in correction. Let's get to that 1,000 subscriber to start our tutorial webinar seminar to teach everyone how to research like a lawyer, barrister, solicitor to get the highest result possible, to help you, your life, your business, which is your life, to grow and for you to be able to protect. So now, like I said, we're going to get over to the first thing. Like I said, I'm going to always remind everyone about the Windrush compensation scheme and legislation.gov.uk, where, like I say, we do our daily updates on legislation that has been published. So first of all, I'm going to go over to .gov.uk. First thing, I'm just going to share the first screen just to always remind everyone about the main topic, the main issue that we have here. So again, that's the page. Like, you could highlight the whole page and just put it in the actual, search up here. It's very important for everyone to know this. So like I say, this is number 9. Yes, and this is again another eye-opening, like I say, history, that has not been told, like how it should be told. This is coming from the law perspective, and again, that should be the only perspective, because the law is, power. That's the word of the king. Yeah, so I'm still sending out the post. Let's go one more left, and then we're gonna get into it fully and just go forward. Like I say, we got 20 minutes, so time is always against us. But usually, like I say, if it goes over, I don't mind. It's just to track my performance. Yes. Again, so now, like I say, we're there. Apply to the Windrush compensation scheme. So this is for everyone, and it shows you, again the overall, these are for losses that you have suffered, and also who can apply again Commonwealth country before 1973, grandparents, parents, before 1973, or like I say, it could be anyone from any country before the 31st of December 1988 and now settled in the UK. And it shows you, you know, you can also claim if you are the close family member of someone eligible to claim and you have significantly lost yourself. So, and we also have representing the estate of someone who would have been eligible. So, and it shows you, like I say, losses you can claim for. So these are all the losses, employment, again, immigration fees, housing, health, education, driver's license, banking, daily life. For example, you miss major family events or could not travel. I know this part has, a lot of people tied up, so it's detention and removal. I know, like I say, detention and removal. So there are a lot of people that, is within their country at this moment without no documents. So like I say, if we understand, everyone have right to claim, and that means everyone. So very important to know and to understand.
When I write the claim,
Yeah, so very important to know. So just gonna close that for the moment, and then we're gonna get into legislation.gov.uk. Now we need to get over here because it's allow us to be up to date with all the legislation that is published, to know that again we know what's going on and that we are ahead of the rest. So we're gonna go into the legislation. So again, like I say, we go down to legislation published recently and UK statutory instruments 7. So we click on the UK statutory instrument, which is 7. Then we just go down and we see what's available. So we have the first one, the Greater Manchester Combined Authority Fire and Rescue Functions Amendment Order 2020. And we also have the Wine Amendment Regulations 2020. Also the occupational and personal pension schemes, automatic enrollment amendment regulations 2020. And then we also have the smart meter communication licensee, administration, England and Wales rules 2020. And these are some correction slipped one. So it's for Education Reform Act 1988, and it's also another one for correction slip one again for Education Pupil Registration England Regulation 2006. So they're doing a lot of updates. So this is very important. We also have correction slip another one for town and country planning, development management procedure, England Order 2015. Yes. And we also have again correction slip 3. And this is again regulation transpose directive 2014 EU of the European Parliament and of the Council of the 26th of February 2014 on the harmonization of the law of member states relating to the making available. That's what it said. Okay, like I say, think this one I went in, I clicked in. It's about consumer protection, health and safety. Yeah, so you can click in and, like I say, go through and see all the things that's available. So now, let's see, we got some comments. So let's go see the comments. Yeah, so we have one comment. So it goes, I click, had no reply. How can I proceed? All right. Usually, it should tell you how long it takes. So depending how long you have applied, and like as we are in again the actual coronavirus, so like some significant event that withhold all application or delays all applications, so it will take probably a longer time. So depends how long you have applied for it. Goes, can gov force third generation Windrush people out? Third generation. So that's another question. Like I say, it depends on their representation. Like I say, there is no representation for the Windrush generation. That's why they're in the issue, the problem. You know, at this moment, their government is not representing them as a part of the empire. They are independent. That means everyone is independent, not only just the government. It doesn't not only just the country. It means that every individual are independent. So you're not gonna get certain representation as you think that you should. It doesn't work like that. But this is all, like I say, based on how the law and how they have applied the law. So when we're going through and celebrating our independence, we really don't know what we're celebrating. The government really, they don't have no responsibility. We're just a part of their applications, so they could do whatever they will. That's just how the law applies. So that's why it takes communities to develop. That's why it's about business. The real life situation is about business. Everything that you know, everything that's going on, the real situation is to get into the business mode and apply yourself in that way. That's the way to, again, advance and grow and protect. That's why Solved Online is here to provide and help every individual, every business, mind out of, again, the circumstances that they're in, and again to grow and develop as, again, a structured economical system. So just gonna go over to, again, now the slideshow, the PowerPoint, because it's very important to continue. Time is going. So I'm just gonna close that for a sec, open up the PowerPoint. Yeah, and just like there's so much more things that is revealing. So now it's just to always keep going down. Yeah, so where we left off, like I was mentioning, again, we left off. So from yesterday, I talked about the company and the realest, the most highest form of business when it comes to company is military unit, and that's why, again, companies were first set up as military units. I mentioned those things because everything was already structured. There were no separation. There was no independence. So everything as their means. So I did mention, again, every island connects within the empire. within the British Empire, within the Imperial Empire, and that's why every island there were parishes. There are still parishes. There are still provinces, and there are two different types of parishes. There are the administrative division, which is again you could have meaning the civil parish or just the parish. The parish it has different hierarchy. So and every parish are this is a part of colony that you don't understand when they talk about colonizing or colonial. It meaning company. It meaning um company, just creating a company, just publicizing. That's simply what it means when you accompanied things, you put things, you made things accompanied. So it shows in showing you the different types of parish, and also again England in itself as a civil parish, and because it's again it adapted the laws from the imperial constitution. So now, like I say, it shows you all the parishes within England. So this is now we're going to go further just to give you a better communication, a better connection. And this is why every parish, every island, they are connected. That's why when it comes to royalty, everywhere the royal goes, they have to colonize, meaning, you know, again, create company, just create a company of that land. They have to name that land after their name, and they have to have sainthood. So, for instance, we have England, and the country that I picked out, and this is for the rest of the islands, you'll know. Next country that I picked out is Jamaica, for instance, right? And so, for instance, in England, you have Cornwall. This is a county, and in Jamaica, you have Cornwall, which is a county, and also you will have Middlesex. In England, you will have Middlesex County. Jamaica, you have Middlesex County. Jamaica, you have Surrey County. In England, you have Surrey County, meaning that again, the families again they colonize that land. That means they accompany that land, so they name the land after them. So they know the area that they are resident to. This is royalty. So wherever the royal go, they know that again anywhere they go within the islands, this is where their residency are. So that's why again all of the islands are connected. They're not divided because again they're royal resident. So that's why they have the same again names, because they have to be colonized themselves. The royal they have to colonize themselves, meaning you know create a company, just like you have a nation that been created. A nation is still a company, doesn't matter how big the state is. So just for instance, the reason I'm doing this just to show everyone. So for instance, within the counties, it shows you like the royal families, and as biblical. It has we have religious texts, you have doctrines, all family details, all family registration. This is all family royal family registration, saints registration. So for instance, in Cornwall County, you will have Hanover, you will have Saint Elizabeth, you have Saint John. So these are all names here, like literally real names, saints. So for instance, in Middlesex, you have Saint Anne, Saint Catherine, Saint Mary. So for instance, Clarendon, Manchester. So for instance, you you'll get a saint like Saint Mary, for instance. A saint. So this is an individual, a part of that said family that would come over there, because Saint Mary is of the lineage of David. So this is business. This is valuable historical value to add to your again knowledge. So when you're doing anything, you have a greater chance. So for instance, Saint Anne, they will, like I say, the royalties that take the name of the Saint Anne, because they have to adapt from an original, just like again from the Ethiopian Empire, from the Imperial Empire. Again, the British Empire adapted all of that principle, just like the Roman Empire. They adapted the imperial principle so that they could be able to again form or colonize or be colonized, so be accompanied, so be accompanied. If you understand the word, like I say, it's law and worship. So worship is wordship, to know words and how things apply to each other. It's just to, like marriage, is to be able to have a connection. That's why everything is connected. Only when again certain things is applied, just like you get independence. But like I say, all of these things are tied together. So we got to get down. Reason being is a word called regency. Regency means again when a sovereign means someone that is from a imperial family, royal family, which is of that imperial estate. If they're young or if they're old, they would have a regency council. So that's a member of body that represents them as the head, so that when they grow up they could, like I say, just like you're taking care of all of the children, all of the royal children, just like for instance they're taking care of the public, or they're taking care of the royal children until someone grow up enough to be capable to reign. So, and this is backed up by act. So I just gotta prove that point, because we're gonna go all, like I say, this is just the beginning. So we're gonna stop there. We're gonna get into it more because it gets more better. Believe it. This is solved online, the online solution service. It gets better and better. You, like I say, you haven't seen nothing like this, in all the web. Like I say, I put money, I put £100, find another service that is able to provide information like this with the law, with the law that has accountability, sustainability, and transparency. So we've got another comment. So again, one unity, one world, up top family, so online. Appreciate passing through. So I just show you, like I say, one other thing. So I'm just gonna prove that point, regency. So this again, so for instance, the queen again is a regency in council. She's just a head, just like she's the head of the Commonwealth. She's the head of the Commonwealth, or that, because it's a body that represents again sovereignty. Just like if there's no emperor, if there's no rightful king, then that's why the United Nations was created as a regency council, to be there, to be a representation of the sovereign, until the children grow up long enough to be capable to take over and rule again. So this is, for again the Windrush generation. This is based on, this is as children, just like us. So, like I say, because we are being entertained, we are being distracted, so we don't know again our history and value. We don't realize that again slavery was just only 400 years, and that before those 400 years, again we again as business models that are royal in value, and was ran through, throughout the slavery still had imperial values and estates that ran throughout, the time, and still is within this time. So like I say, because it's unbreakable, but yet wordship can again cause spell and be able to distract those that are easily distracted. Yeah, so now, like I said, just gonna prove it. 25 minutes over, just gonna prove it. And then, because like I say, solved online, we show accountability, sustainability, and transparency. Like I say, growth and protection. That's what we provide. So we're gonna, like I say, just prove it, show. That's why it's all about in this time. It's not the talking has to have all these things: accuracy, correction, accountability. Has to have all these things because again, everyone is a part of everyone's distraction. So they're all entertaining themselves now. The media don't have to do it no more. See, so again, this is the issue that we're having because again, no one is knowing the law or going to the law for their health and safety. So I'm just gonna show you, as you can see, I typed it in. It goes result search results. Your title search for Regency in primary and secondary legislation as return free. These are all primary. So for instance, I took the oldest one. Just when I open, this is the original Queen printer version. So as you can see, getting it straight from again the royal mouth. So click, as you can see, it says it there. So understand, look, you see the big sign. One moment. Again, see the big sign just to minimize it a little bit. It goes Regency Act 1937, and it's gonna read through this part a little. And like I say, just the long title. It goes an act to make provision for a regency in the event of sovereign being on his ascension under the age of 18 years and in the event of the incapacity of the sovereign through illness and for the performance of certain of the royal functions in the name and on behalf of the sovereign in certain other events to repeal the Lords Justices Act 1837 and for purposes connected with the matters aforesaid. So, like I said, you can see it's again, it's there and it says it. This you could go through it and again solved online. Again, continue proving, its majestic, way of providing the law and things to provide within solution and solving the law. Again, like I say, this is things that you cannot get because this has been time, patience, effort to study the actual law. Like I say, you could bring, and I just to make a note, just to show, like I say, all the individual, most of the government now that's in power, they ain't a part of the United Kingdom and colonies. They ain't a part of the empire. That's why they don't know the law. That's why the whole kingdom is being, disrupted at this moment. You, these are the things that you have to prove. You have to prove whether those that are in government are, part of the Commonwealth. Because for you to be in government, for you to be elected, you have to be either of the Commonwealth nation or, a British natural born subject. And, like I say, if you go on the phone now and call either the House of Parliament or the Home Office, you'll find someone of a European stature, like I say, that don't know nothing about the British Commonwealth, nothing about Commonwealth. And like I say, these are the things that we are facing because, there ain't, no representation for imperial royalties, for British royalties, and for the Windrush as well. There's no representation, and those that do want to represent. They don't know nothing about the Commonwealth. They don't know nothing about the imperial states. They really don't know nothing. So and they have to be qualified in that part. They have to be qualified in that division, because if they're not qualified, they ain't have no right to run the actual country. Because, like I say, certain things that has occurred, even with the coronavirus, it has already been mentioned, the acts that supposed to prevent these things before it get into the country. So if you are if as a government member, if you are a part of the parliament, and you're not a part or born within the United Kingdom and colonies or the British Empire, then you ain't got the valid rights or qualification to actually be in covenant. There's no way, because again, you should know the laws that again, as always, protected the realm, that always ensure that everyone has their right and justice. So that's what Solved Online has to say. This is Solved Online. So just gonna go for it. Tomorrow again, more enlightened, you know, things to show, more revealing. It keeps going. That it, it gets it gets more and more great. So I got a comment. So that yeah, so fantastic information sharing. No problem. Like I say, this is Solved Online, and we provide like accuracy, direction, instruction. Again, this is why we're proving that again we're this is the world first online consultant service providing solution online directly. So again, Solved Online, the online business information solution service through legislation.gov.uk for all clients at all levels in all problems. And today's topic was Solved Online, online business solutions for Windrush Generation Part 9. So tune in. So that it was to demonstrate the value and history of inheritance and royal estates that is consolidated to the UK national debt. Solved Online YouTube platform is the report on business solutions through legislation.gov.uk by reviewing and highlighting past and present acts. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe to help build a global online business solution system of accountability, sustainability, and transparency in growth and protection. The motto again, Solved Online knows that there is no business like the king's business. Give thanks and praise and appreciation. And meet me over the next show. We've got one more message. Since England reclaimed sovereignty, the laws have been is it covertly changed now. Well, not the laws. The laws don't change, but the actual company that established the law has changed. The law never changed, but the company that we're in, meaning jurisdiction, we're not in the right jurisdiction. We're not in the right ship. We're not in the right company. So when we're not in the right company, like I say, you can't apply for certain things because there's no benefit within certain company. That's why when you go into an organization, you have a different benefit. So these are the things because they have different laws applied to them. That's why, and even when you go into a country, be a part of the country, different law applies. So we're in a different jurisdiction. We have been transferred, but the law as it still exists. It doesn't go nowhere. That's why Solved Online can again search and provide acts from the first century, second century. So there. So again, appreciate for passing for everyone. Again, peace.